Hey allihopa, hi everyone and welcome to another video from Say It In Swedish. Last week we went through every single Swedish greeting there is, and today we're gonna talk about how to say goodbye in Swedish, and the video is not gonna be as long as last week. We only do this with a couple of expressions, but for completion's sake, so to speak, I thought let's go through all those goodbyes as well. Now, the standard way of saying goodbye in Swedish is by saying hej då. Hej då. Hej då. Hej då. And some people learning Swedish, they think this means hi, but that's only hej. I hope you remember that from last week's video. So hej is hello, but hej då is goodbye. It basically means hello then. Hello then. Hello then, okay, whatever, like, so, hej då, hej då. Now, something we do in Swedish besides saying goodbye is to say that we will see each other or we will hear from each other, and we do this with the expressions vi ses. Vi ses. I usually use this at the end of my videos. Vi ses, meaning we will see each other. And we have vi hörs, which means we will hear from each other, or we will hear each other literally. But we also have vi SYNS, which means we are gonna be visible. It's a bit weird, right? We're gonna be visible. But vi ses, vi SYNS, and vi hörs. Those three are words or expressions that you can use instead of saying goodbye when parting ways. Last week I also talked about saying good morning, good day, etc., but I never covered good night, because we don't say that as a greeting, we say it when we part ways, right? When we go to bed, or when we leave each other when it's late and we are probably going home to go to bed. And that's godnatt in Swedish. Godnatt. Godnatt. So these were 5 expressions that are pretty neutral, but we also have a few more colloquial ways of parting ways, so to speak. And you can do this by saying just saying hey as well. Hey, and then you leave, right? Hey, or hey, and then you leave. Instead of saying hej då, you can also say just hey, or hey. I also covered hej på dig last week, and you can also say this to part ways, but there is a truncated or like a very fast said version where you put the stress somewhere else, and that's used as well to part ways. So you say heppre, heppre, heppre. It feels kind of weird to say hej på dig and then leave. I think most of the times we will use this compressed version of the expression. So we would say heppre, heppre, and then we're out the door. Some people would also use tjena or tja to bid farewell, but there is also the version tja då. At least I used that a lot with my mates when I was like 7 or 8 or whatever in the late 90s. We said tja då. So we took tja and then we added då, just like hej då. Alright, that was almost it, but I have 2 more expressions for you, 2 archaic / formal expressions. So we have adjö. Some people would use that, I guess. Adjö. And the D is silent here.
The D is silent.
It's the same as adieu or adios, whatever. I'm sure you've heard that one. So, or those expressions. So it's the same, but we say adjö. And from that, we have the variant adjöken. And from that, we have adjöken adjö. And then there's also adjöss. It just gets weirder. And lastly, we have farewell in Swedish, and that's FARVÄL. FARVÄL, FARVÄL, FARVÄL.